Welcome to the Sunday Spark, where we serve up weekly insights and actionable strategies. Yes, that's true, minus the empty hype. Today, we're questioning the effectiveness of that humble dream board or vision board. Sure, it can be fun to collage pictures of tropical vacations and flashy cars, but do they genuinely push you to get closer to your goals? In this edition, we're going to reveal why simply wishing upon a vision board often isn't enough, and how a life map can actually bridge that gap between kind of cute and game changing. So if you're ready to level up, let's ditch the board and let's do the map. Hey there, welcome to the Sunday Spark, where we ditch those Sunday scaries and ignite some serious inspiration before the work week. I'm Faye Chappell, your semi-sassy guide and the founder of the Regeneration Company, and I'm here to help you crush burnout, brainstorm big ideas, and remember that success should actually feel good. So grab your coffee, strap in, and let's spark some insight. Welcome to your weekly Spark, your go-to source for cutting-edge tips, insights, and fresh perspectives on building a life and a career that you're actually excited about. This week, we're tackling the universal love affair with vision boards. Those glitzy collages that brim with dream destinations and luxury cars and quotes about manifesting. While they can be a stepping stone, many people find themselves stuck at that inspiration stage and never really transition to implementation. That's where a life map comes in. It's a systematic, strategic approach that keeps you focused on action as well as the aspiration. So for the entrepreneurs, a lot of it can happen to us. We can get into this vision trap, right? Many entrepreneurs spend hours, even days, on creating these elaborate vision boards, and they gather quotes from magazines and they pick pictures of dream cars and dream houses and motivational quotes like success and freedom. And initially, that energy surge feels great, right? But after that glue dries, reality sets in, and you're still juggling client calls and product development and social media marketing and everything else. And that shiny board on the wall doesn't magically clarify how to move forward. So a life map can be the rescue point. What is a life map? Well, it takes your big picture and it breaks it down into actionable steps. So instead of saying dream house, you'd outline milestones, right? Consult a financial planner, understand what you need for a down payment, start saving, boost monthly revenue by 25%. All of those steps become a waypoint on your map, right? It ensures you focus on what truly matters, not just your final destination. So for example, if your vision board has a photo of a bustling conference stage, right, and you want to speak on that, your life map might list tasks like research top industry events, pitch 3 conferences by Q2, take a public speaking course. Suddenly you have a pathway, not just a cutout that says, I want to be on stage. So here's your action step, my entrepreneur friends. I want you to set aside 30 minutes this week to pinpoint what your core business milestones are. And for each, I want you to brainstorm a few practical resources or tools or people who can help you achieve it. Think of it as your first draft for your life map, right? Less toss a dream into the air and more plot a course to get there. Corporate, we still have the same problems, right? Team alignment really matters. So in a corporate environment, individual dream boards might decorate cubicles or might fill break room bulletin boards, but does that really foster real progress? Without a shared vision or a structured roadmap, you're going to risk having scattered goals everywhere that don't really align with the company's strategy. And it's a problem because employees might be chasing personal visions that clash with department goals, right, or company goals. Leadership can't really effectively measure whether those visions align with their quarterly or their annual goals because they are separate. So what you need to do is map out a company vision, a company life map, and that's where business objectives team initiatives and personal growth, they intersect. So instead of a collage, it can involve key metrics, timelines, clear deliverables, right? Short-term goals could be hitting, specific revenue numbers or launching a pilot program. Long-term goals might include expanding into new markets or revamping the brand identity. And then department strategies, each department, marketing, operations, finance, they contribute to tangible steps that feed the larger vision. So we really need a culture shift to move away from that static vision walls, right? That showcase generic stories and adopt monthly check-ins and action plans. And we want to encourage employees to share how their projects support the overarching life map of the company, right? So when the team sees that their roles are integral into the bigger picture, then engagement really soars, right? And all that worry and siloed effort kind of disappears. So for an example, instead of just slapping a motivational quote about exceeding targets, leadership might say, by the end of this month, we finalize our new client onboarding process, which improves customer retention by 15%. Here's how your department can play a role in that, and that makes the difference. A lot of us do vision boards for our own personal development. And let's get real about it, because again, snapping pictures of luxury cars on your bedroom wall won't magically summon a sports car at your driveway. Shocker, I know, if you build it, they will come doesn't really work. Vision boards often focus on that surface level one, right? That dream body, that exotic vacation, without really diving into the why behind these desires or the how, which is really important. So think about, aligning your big visions with healthy habits that amplify your odds of success, right? So if you have a clear, rested mind, you're more likely to follow through on your goals. So incorporate breath work or exercise or mindful eating to keep your energy consistent and your mind sharp, right? Here's a little insight on breath work. Breath work itself, and that's just understanding to breathe properly, keeps you calmer, right? More focused breathing. It creates patterns that reduce stress hormones, and that in turn really gives you clarity. So a stressed out mind rarely thinks long term or strategically. It just wants short term relief. So it just looks at pictures, right? But if you have really nourished your body and your mind, you'll be able to move towards that life map. And I want you to break those down into tiny little wins. So if your vision board shows a tropical beach, your life map might actually include a mini milestone like research travel deals for 30 minutes on Saturday, or open a dedicated savings account. Celebrate each micro accomplishment to stay motivated to hit the bigger goals, right? The truth is, studies show that marking small achievements, little small achievement, releases dopamine, right? And it reinforces that positive behavior, right? I pinned a beach pic. So, that versus I took step one, I booked a consultation with a travel agent, or building a budget spreadsheet so I know I can get there, right? It's those tiny little things. Think about those gold stars that we used to get at school. I think they still give them out. Or your children, when you want them to do something. I remember I had a board on my wall, and it would be brush your teeth, comb your hair, and I would give them stars for everything, and that motivated them to do it. Eventually, that becomes a habit, right? So, I like to think of my favorite Japanese proverb, one of my favorites, because there's so many good ones. But vision without action is a daydream. We know that, right? Vision without action is a daydream. Action without vision is a nightmare. Right? That quote to me really hits the mark. Dreaming big is great, but execution is everything. And conversely, frantically doing without really having a guiding vision can lead you into a mess of busy work. And the sweet spot, well, if you put your vision into a structured plan, that's the life map difference, right? So If you are really enjoying this and you want to move a little further and you're curious about how all this comes together, we had a Sunday morning session this morning basically talking about how dream boards are boring and how to create that life map. And we did breath work and guided meditation, short movement, journaling. Our Sunday morning club is every Sunday at 7 a.m. Yeah, it's early, but you can also watch the replay. But starting the day with intention can set your tone for the entire week, right? So if you start really focusing on some of these topics and concepts that we're talking about, you can get real clarity on your next steps, right? A supportive community out there that holds you accountable is also a way to help you get through it. So feel free to join our community. It's hub.themastermind.city. It's free. You'll see other people with the same kind of thoughts. So let's face it. Again, glittery collages might feel inspiring for a day or two, but lasting success, it demands a clear, structured roadmap. So whether you're running a business, leading a team, or really trying to just elevate your personal life, if you create a life map, it helps you connect the dots between your vision and your next actionable steps. So if you need support, again, reach out to us. I'd be happy to have a conversation with you. If you've enjoyed this, please share this Sunday Spark with someone who's glued to their vision board but ready to shift into real world results. And let's spark real momentum starting now. So enjoy again this Spark edition, and remember, it's totally cool to dream big. Just don't forget to map that journey from point A to point B. Got it? All right. Happy mapping. Well, you've just had your Sunday Spark. How's that for a power-packed start to the week? If you're ready for more tips, laughs, and let's get real moments, be sure to subscribe and share this podcast with all of your friends and your crew. Got questions, insights, or just want to say hey? Well, head over to my website, faychapel.com, or any of the social media feeds, and I will be with you there. Until next time, keep that spark alive, and remember, your best life doesn't just happen, you have to create it.